Namaste, I'm Hema. Today's video is going to be the first one of a series of videos that I will be doing on Pranayam. Okay, and this was requested by a lot of people. A lot of people got in touch with me asking me about how should we do it, how long should we do it, when is the right time to do it, all those things. So I thought of making a series of videos on basic pranayam. Now these, when I say basic, because there are n number of pranayam that we can do, but these would be basic which anybody can do. So any age group, any health condition. So those are the basic pranayam that I'm going to be highlighting in a couple of videos. But today's video is especially important because this will be like an introduction to the following videos. And in today's video also, after I do the introduction, I will be taking you through some basic one or two pranayams to start with, because today I'm going to be talking about what is pranayam, what does it mean, what are the benefits of doing pranayam regularly, also when it should be done, how it should be done, and these kind of things. All right, so basically let's understand what is the meaning of pranayam. Now before I even go into defining what is pranayam, we are alive because we are breathing, right? And are we even conscious about how we are breathing? It's something that happens automatically, right? We don't need to give it any sort of awareness, or we don't even do it with awareness. For that matter, we don't even breathe properly. We are all shallow breathers, okay? And that is where the problem lies, because once we understand what is the meaning of pranayam, we will understand that we are actually not really breathing in the way we should be breathing. Because first and foremost, we all do shallow breathing, yeah? I mean, that is also, of course, unconsciously that is happening, but it is not the right way of breathing, because we breathe from diaphragm onwards, diaphragm upwards rather, okay? We don't breathe from the abdomen, which is the right way of breathing, because that is where, see, that is the solar plexus. That's a very important chakra, which is the Manipur chakra, okay? And as I mentioned in an earlier video about how our navel is the second brain that we are not even aware of. So if you can look at it from that angle, and when you breathe from your abdominal muscles, that is when then it comes to the diaphragm, and then it comes to the lungs, and then you breathe. So that breathing in and breathing out is the right way of breathing, okay? Otherwise what we are doing is we are actually doing only shallow breathing, and that is the reason why we feel fatigued, we feel stressful, we don't get good sleep, our skin is not very glowing, hair is not glowing, eyesight is not good, digestion is not good, and we feel a lethargy, because you do work or you do anything, even if it is something of your passion, yet we feel tired. Now one of the reasons, primary reasons, there are other reasons also, but one of the primary reasons is that we don't breathe properly. Now coming to the meaning of what pranayam stands for. Pranayam the term is made up of two terms. Pran, which is the life force or the life energy, and ayam is controlling. Okay, so pranayam, if you put it here in one word, is actually the control of prana, the control of the life force energy. Now how powerful is that? It's not just breathing. So when we say breathing exercises, it's literally limiting the scope of pranayam, because pranayam is actually having the control over how you want this pranic force, this life force, to move through you, okay? And that is where the power lies. So it is beyond, and how should I say it? It is beyond and it is deeper than just breathing, right? It is we who have the control over how we take in this prana force, where all we allow it to go, and how we release it. So the control is in our hands. That's the powerful meaning behind pranayama. All right. Now that being said, one of the things is who can do this? As I mentioned earlier in the intro, it is anybody can do this. Even if you have a heart condition, you have a diabetic condition, you have a blood pressure condition, the 4 or 5 pranayams which I am going to take now are the pranayams that all can do. Okay, there are some pranayam which are not advised to people with hypertension or people who have had stunts or having gone through a bypass or a angioplasty. But these 4 or 5 which I will mention can be done by anybody and everybody. Now the benefits of pranayama. Now even before I go to the benefits, I want to go to the basics of the first pranayama, and for that I want us to understand 2 things. So while explaining, I will be letting you know their benefits, right? Okay. Now we breathe through our nostrils, right? Okay. First of all, as I mentioned, we will be breathing through our abdomen. So when we breathe in, our stomach must bloat. Okay, it should expand, and then it should go to the diaphragm, and then it should go to your through your throat into your nose. And when you breathe out, your stomach should go in. That is the right way of breathing. Now, as I was saying, the first thing that we need to understand that we breathe through our nose, right? So we have a right. Now for those of you who are like very perfectionist, who are saying, when you say right, we can see it as left. Yes, you will do that because I shoot on my mobile, so it gives you an image which is exactly the opposite. But hear my words, right? All right. So we breathe through our nose. Now you understand there are 2 breathing channels. Okay, these are called as nadis in Sanskrit. Okay, in yoga we call them nadis. Now your right nadi or the right nostril is the Surya nadi. Okay, that means the sun channel. All right, so that would be your right nostril is the sun channel or the Surya nadi, and your left nostril is the Chandra nadi or the moon channel. All right, so this would be the right would be sun, the left would be the moon, and there is one more nadi in the center which is called as the Sushumna. So Pingala, Ida and Sushumna. Now we will leave Sushumna right now. We will take it when we look at some meditation techniques. Okay, right now we will not associate it. We are only going to look at the sun channel and the moon channel. All right, now look at their powerful names, because each has different benefits, and that is the reason I thought of doing this first before I explain you the benefits. Now the Surya, see, sun is associated, this is the sun channel, right, the right one. It is associated, what is sun associated with? It is associated with brightness, with heat, with warmth, with vitality, right? It's with high self-esteem, because the sun is also the solar plexus which I was talking about. It is all about confidence, high self-esteem, high self-worth. Now that is the powerful Surya nadi or your right sun channel. Now when you exercise or when you breathe through this channel, what you are stimulating and activating and drawing that pranic force or the life force inside you through this nostril, what you are activating is confidence, vitality, zest for life, high self-esteem and high self-worth, right? So when you are feeling fatigued, when you are feeling low, depressed, and feeling not worthy, not good enough, feeling defeated, feeling fatigued, this is the channel that we need to breathe through. Now we go to the moon channel, which is the Chandra Nadi. Now this, like the moonlight, it is about calming. It is about the benefits of it. Is it calms your nervous system, which has gone into an overdrive that we put ourselves through every day with tensions and stress and going and doing things and getting things done, this, that, and the other. So you need, when you need calmness, when you need to feel centered, when you need to get good night's sleep, when you need to feel in balance, when you need a calming energy, that when you breathe through this nostril, you are going to activate those things. So when you're feeling sad, you cannot sleep, you're feeling absolutely defeated and depressed in life, this is the channel which will calm down that nervous energy going haywire within you. Now the benefits that I've mentioned to you are just regarding these two channels, and basically we will be using these channels and the different ways in which we will be using our hands to breathe. Now that will have its own benefits, which I will talk about when I show you those exercises. Alright, so when there is Anulom Vilom, which is one of the most important and basic pranayam, which can be again done by anybody, anytime. Now to answer those people's questions, when should I do this? Now see, Anulom Vilom is first and foremost, any pranayam should be done before you have your meals, at least 2 hours or 1.5 hours before you have any meal. So be it breakfast, be it lunch, be it dinner, there has to be a gap of 1.5 hours before pranayam and 1.5 hours after pranayam, because then when your stomach has done its digestion part, okay, and then it will concentrate on giving you the best out of breathing techniques, right? Okay, so this pranayam will be very beneficial for you. Whenever you do it, just make sure there is this time gap between meals, whenever it suits. Okay, how long should you do it? Okay, so each pranayam should be done for 8 times. So if you're doing, say for today, if you're doing the Surya Nadi Pranayam, the Shuddhan, then you should do it 8 times. If you're doing the Chandra Nadi Shuddhan, then you should do it 8 times, 8 to 10 times. That's sufficient. Now you need to count it. Okay, so and once you know that you've done it for 8 times, that's sufficient. Similarly, if we will take Anulom Vilom also today, so that also you should do it 8 times, because it is beginning here, ending here, beginning here, ending here. So it should be done 8 times, beginning and ending here. Alright, I'll come to it. So that is about when to do it and how long to do it. Now the posture, very important, is some people, the ideal is to sit with a mat on the ground in a lotus position or a Padmasana position, and with your hands in the Dhyana Mudra like this, okay, like this, and they are just lying, so your shoulders should not be like this or like this, they are just normal. Alright, now that is the position that you, but most importantly is your back needs to be straight and erect. It does not matter if you are unable to sit down, absolutely fine, you can do it on a sofa, preferably on a sofa or a bed, no issues. Okay, you can just sit down with just folding your legs, or in the Vajrasana, which I will show you how to do that in just a moment. Okay, I personally like to sit in Vajrasana. Sorry, I like to do my pranayam in Vajrasana. I'll show you Padmasana and simple sitting, folding your legs, and Vajrasana. Choose whatever is comfortable for you. Yes, you can sit on the bed and do it. You can sit on sofa and do it. I don't say chair because your legs should be folded, or at least in Vajrasana, which you need space. So because the hands will stop it, curb your position. That's the only reason. Otherwise, if you are comfortable, you have a big chair, perfectly fine. So first, today sitting down right now, I will be showing you from here itself. I'll be showing you Surya Nadi Shuddhon and the Chandra Nadi one. And then in the second part, I'll show you to sit down and do the Anulom Vilom. So let's begin. Remember, you have to have your back straight. Okay, your back has to be erect. Hands in Dhyan Mudra. Okay, and you need to close your eyes, but to watch me doing it, to understand it, you can keep your eyes open. But when you are doing it yourself, close your eyes. Also, make sure that you are wearing loose clothing. Okay, whatever t-shirts, nightie or whatever that you're wearing, make sure that you're wearing loose clothes, nothing tight, no underclothes which are tight, because your breathing should be very, very normal. And it should, because we are going to do forceful breathing also, so it should not hinder your breathing, right? All right, so to show you, if you want, as I said, the benefit, if you're looking for vitality, if you're feeling fatigued and you want to get a boost of energy, let's do the Surya Nadi. Now when we are doing Surya Nadi, we are going to only use Surya Nadi. So we will keep our Chandra Nadi closed, which is your left nostril. You will keep it closed. And you'll breathe through your abdomen, then your diaphragm, then your throat, through your nostril. And when you're breathing, your stomach should bloat out, and when it comes up, hold it comfortably. If you're comfortable for 3 seconds, just hold it for 3 seconds. If you're comfortable for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds. And from the same nostril, you release that breath. And then again you take, so we will do it 3 times just to show you. Let's begin. Sit erect with your hands in the this hand in the yoga mudra, and this left nostril closed. And one of the most important benefits I forgot to tell you about this sun channel, this Surya Nadi, is people from cold countries, where when it gets very cold, or your body feels very cold and clammy for whatever reason. When you do this, your body develops heat, natural heat. Okay, so this is how the yogis breathe, having no woolen clothes out in the snow. Yeah, this is the powerful Surya Nadi. Now let's do this for the Chandra Nadi, which is your moon channel. So this time we will close the right nostril. Alright, now this is, as I said, one of the benefits which I forgot to tell you about both these nadis is that when you're feeling very hot, like there are heat waves everywhere in the world right now. India just finished its heat wave, and now Europe is facing, and some parts of America are facing. So this is when you're feeling very hot, and no matter how much you're trying to use the fans and the air conditioners and drinking lots of waters, yet you feel hot. When you do the Chandra Nadi Shuddhon, that is the time when you will feel cool inside. Your body becomes cool. Isn't that wonderful? Now for the next part, I will show you Anulom Vilom. Now you can do this, as I said, a part of this is the first pranayam that you can do every day for 8 times each. Right? I'll see you in the next one.